Hi, my name is Moonbeam. I'm 32 and I'm about to weave my own casket. I'm a basket weaver and live with a rare life-threatening autoimmune condition called Wegener's granulomatosis polyangiitis. My chronic illness has brought me close to death more times than I can count, especially in the last few years, and this has caused me to reprioritize my whole life. I've been studying psychology the last several years, but in the darkest moments when death felt very near and I could barely move, this tiny spark inside of me would say, if you get better, do art. So I decided to listen and became one of 2 devotional artisans at Weave and Wimble Basket Trade. A year ago, I discovered that burial caskets could be woven by hand. I learned about the trenches of grief and dying as a 19-year-old when my dad was diagnosed with brain cancer. He died when I was 21, and I wish I could have woven him a casket then to be lovingly held in. What I most want to do now, with whatever time I have left, is weave caskets for and with people to help them embrace grief and death in community. I want to give people permission to embrace death before dying ever occurs, with a fearless reverence and in community. With willow at our feet, love in our hands, and beautifully full hearts. Our culture is terrible at dealing with grief and dying. We don't want to experience it, we don't know what to do with our feelings or how to talk about it openly with our loved ones. The medicine of basket weaving is creating new ways of holding what we think can't ever possibly be held, like difficult emotions, conversations, and life experiences. So this craft has a lot to teach us about how to show up and how to hold each other more lovingly and courageously at the end of life. I've recently become friends with several small-scale casket weavers from around the world. One of them lives in New Zealand. Her name's Nicola, and she invited me to learn casket weaving with her on her willow farm. I'm going to go study with her for 3 weeks this February, and when I come back in March, I'm going to gather with my friends to hold my own intimate casket weaving ceremony. My entire community is playing a vital role in helping me approach this threshold. Hopefully I won't need to use the casket for a few years, or maybe a few decades if I'm lucky. The plan is to weave the base of my casket with friends in Boulder, Colorado, where I live now. And then I'm going to take it on a little pilgrimage. I'm going to drive the base up to my hometown in Minnesota, and we'll finish weaving the casket there. I'm making a documentary about the process from beginning to end. In April, I'm going to hold a public screening at Naropa University in Boulder. And I need your support to make it all happen. $9,500 will cover our expenses for travel, the weaving ceremony, and completing the documentary. Any additional funds raised will support my transition into becoming a casket weaver, allowing me to study with other seasoned casket weavers in the United States and to lovingly support people approaching their own end of life through weaving. If any of you supremely generous beings out there are passionate about heart-centered and community-based approaches to grief and death work, please share or give to this soul venture of mine. Blessings for a beautiful day, and thank you for watching.